Welcome back to probably my biggest corn planting video of the year. I'm gonna try to plant the Jimmy Red and the Hastings today. There's 16 rows of this Jimmy Red and it's a little more of the Hastings, but they're shorter rows. But we're gonna try to plant them all today, get it in the ground, get it going. I'm a little bit worried when I pulled up, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I don't want to forget that. Appreciate everybody watching and commenting. When I pulled up, I just seen a plethora of crows flying. I was like, oh man, it's gonna take these 16 rows by the time they get done with it probably to make a little bit of corn. But we got the older planter today. I said older. It just looks older. It may be newer than what I got. Maybe one day we'll take this. Maybe this will be a good project for this winter. We'll take it, strip it apart and paint it and clean it up good. But we're gonna use this one today. Don't know how much seed it's gonna take, but I mean, those are some pretty long rows there. So we brought us a couple of bags of Jimmy Red, and y'all see what that looks like there. And so we'll see. Hopefully it'll be enough to do it. I think it should be. Uh-oh, Sammy left a piece of stalk in there. We'll mix this up a little bit because, quite honestly, guys, some of that corn is from 2023 and the other is from 2021. So we'll mix it up a little bit and hopefully it'll be pretty good. Hope y'all enjoyed the planting of the Silver Queen. Me and Sammy, hopefully tomorrow afternoon, if it's not a thunderstorm, we're gonna put some tape up or something, you know, to try to mitigate the loss of the corn with crows. I learned my lesson there last year. So that tape seemed to work pretty good last year with a few pipe hands, and it seemed to do okay. All we can do on the Jimmy Red and the Hastings is just pray that it'll be all right. We're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop in a little while, and I'm gonna go over a few things with you guys and show you why I'm doing what I'm doing, and we'll talk about a few things. But with that said, let's plant a little bit. All right, guys, she's planting good, real good. Matter of fact, I watched a video today. Cousin Scott, Scott Small Farming and Things, and he was planting some corn, and he had that field just slicked off just as pretty as you please, and you know, it's good planting, and so is this. I do have one little problem, but I'm fixing it as I go. So the reason why, and I thought this may be a problem when I bedded it, the Super A was sliding a little bit, especially up on the upper side of here. It was sliding down the hill because the soil was heavy, and I don't think it has water in the back tires, but anyway, it was sliding a little bit. And I knew if I tried to follow just the rows, I was gonna close the roll in on itself. So what I'm doing, I started in the middle and I'm working my way out. So we're working this thing out like a piece of dough. As you can see now, right here, my tractor track, the edge of it, that track, if it was doing right, it should be right here. The center of it should be about right here. Instead, the center is right here. So, but that's going to work out, because if I keep following it across the field, I'm going to push it on out to where we're done, and then I'll have my correct spacing on all the rows. It's really tight over here. I'll show you that in a second. But a lot of people make comments about my rows, so what I'm able to do when I got it up in the bed is just several things. I'm able to get it cut when the weather's right, get it in a bed, and if it rains on it, fine, no problem. If it's a couple of weeks go by and there's some grass comes up, no problem. It gives me an even keel all the way across that field. Everything's level, same level. I can adjust the planter depth by adjusting my blade depth on the tractor. If I set that blade at a certain point and set the planter at a certain point, it's going to keep that sword within a ½ inch of where it needs to be, instead of, you know, hitting valleys and stuff. But what I wanted to show you guys, I got this rod out. So let's put this rod right here, and let's push it down just a little bit, not much, because some of this right here is fluff. That's fluffy from the blade. So let's push it down, and I'm not even to where the seed's at. The seed's actually below this rod. So let's just see where the tractor wheel is. Three inches. So that bed is 3 inches, quote unquote 3 inches tall. That's not a bed, guys. If I went over this field with a field cultivator, the weight of the tractor would push down 3 inches, and that seed would be in the same situation as what it is now. It'd be 3 inches above the tractor wheel, I would suspect. I mean, especially soil like this where it's real fluffy. But so when I say I knock the beds down, it doesn't really show it good on camera, because you see those tire tracks and kind of appears like it's a bed. But 3 inches from the wheel track, she's knocking it down pretty good. Let's walk over here and I'll show you where the Super A was sliding. And they're the same width on the tractors. We'll try to not walk in the center. You can see where I'm really eating the side of it up right here. Let's go this way. You can see where I'm really eating the side of it up here, where I'm shifting. Basically what I'm doing is shifting that whole row to the left a little bit, and I will put that right side of that tractor back in that same track, and it'll keep shifting. I got 4 more rows left, and it'll keep shifting it uphill. And what's happening is the blade is filling in this spot right here that really was about where the tractor tire was. The blade is knocking it off to the left. It's going to the direction of the easiest place for it to go, so that's a good thing there. But that's working on the knife roll now. There's 16 rows in here. If we get a good stand and the crows don't eat it and get some decent weather on it, man, this will be 16 pretty rolls of corn, Lord willing. But let's film some more. We got to do the Hastings today, so we'll film some more of the Jimmy Red and we'll head to the Hastings. Okay guys, we are at the mighty Hastings Prolific. Other patch was Jimmy Red. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. Everything seems to be planting good. Man, there's one thing about this planter versus the other one. The other one's kind of a noisy planter. I can hear every time a seed clicks by. Click it, click it, click it. This thing right here, man, it's like, golly, is it putting out seed? Because you can't hear it. It don't make no noise. I'll tell you what. I hate the fact that I grease my tractor up good because I am just getting grease all over me every time I turn around. But anyway, so 17 rolls of Hastings. We're going to do it the same way, albeit I don't think my rows will be off as bad as they was up there. I think that last row I ended up just kind of eyeballing it. I had shifted the rows probably 10 inches to the left. So that last row was 10 inches out of wheel mark from where I laid it off. And it doesn't take but just an inch or two here sliding in there, and it, you know, it doesn't take long. This one right here is pretty true. Maybe a little bit, but it's pretty true. I could probably plant it any direction I want to plant it, but I'm gonna plant it around and around again, so that way if it is off a little bit, I can push it out. But after that, cultivating will be the same. Won't matter which way I go cultivating because, excuse me, we've already established everything. Let's get going. Well, guys, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 down. 8 more to go. We'll be done. Not sure how long this video will be, but thank y'all for sticking around and watching it. Guys, I realize that sometimes the content that I may have is really going to be for you hardcore guys that really enjoy planting and cultivating and things like that, because it's from the stuff that I see on YouTube, sometimes it's nowhere near that. There's a lot of good stuff on there, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of just crazy mess too. But I guess that goes with everything, you know, something for everybody. But appreciate everybody hanging in there. And Hastings, Lord willing, will be planted here in the next 30 minutes. Jimmy Red planted. We got to get the cultivators ready on the Super A. And me and Sammy's got to rope off the Silver Queen. It's been in the ground 2 days now. I don't want to go much past 3 days, and I need to get it roped off. Just, you know, in case she starts sprouting, and hopefully keep the crows out, and just hope to have a good season. It is still forecasting to get down in 41, 42 here next Tuesday. But I think we'll be okay. We'll get some fertilized to it on the first cultivating. It should cultivate pretty decent, hopefully. Hopefully we won't have to work it wet or anything like that. And I just look forward to it. I look forward to that Super A cultivating is what I look forward to. And hopefully maybe Sammy, right Sammy?
Yeah.
Hopefully Sammy will get on. I don't know if Sammy will get on right when it's real young and we're putting fertilize down, but when that corn stalk gets about that tall, we're going to all expect him to be on that tractor because it ain't a whole lot he can do at that point to mess anything up. So we're going to expect you to be on it, Sammy, all right?
All right.
But enjoy a little more planting. Thank you for sticking around. God bless you. God loves you. We'll see you.